Welcome to the Protos Podcast. Today's date is Friday the 7th of May and you are listening to a weekly roundup of the most important stories from the past week as reported by us. This week we covered Sotheby's inclusion of crypto in the bidding for Banksy's art. We looked at the dismal opening for Chia, Bitcoin's eco-friendly alternative. And lastly, the intense new regulations set to hit miners in New York. But first, we kicked off this week with Roman Sterlingov, the man authorities believe was behind now-defunct crypto mixer Bitcoin Fog. The platform was popular with Silk Road users and laundered over 1.2 million BTC over the past decade, worth around $336 million at the time, but over $69 billion today. Police arrested Sterlingov, who'd been operating under a false name last week. Sterlingov grew Bitcoin Fog into a pretty impressive operation that churned over 6% of Bitcoin's circulating supply. And much of it happened on Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoin forum, Bitcoin Talk. Sterlingov posted 84 posts between 2011 and 2016. The next few years were a roller coaster, with initial support for the platform eventually being replaced by customer complaints, run-ins with scammers, and mounting concern from the community that he wasn't up to the job. And perhaps they had a point. Authorities eventually caught up with Sterlingov in LA thanks to a simple follow the money investigation that touched his Bitcoin Talk account. On Tuesday, it was announced that auction house Sotheby's has partnered with crypto exchange Coinbase as it prepares to accept Bitcoin and Ether as payment in an upcoming auction. The piece going under the hammer is Banksy's Love is in the Air. The painting is one of the artist's most famous works and depicts a masked man throwing a bouquet of flowers as if it was a Molotov cocktail. Taking place on Thursday the 13th of May, the auction will be the first time a major auction house has accepted crypto for a physical artwork. However, there will also be an option for the winning bidder to pay in US dollars if they choose. Back in March, Sotheby's chief exec Charles Stewart told the Wall Street Journal that he was interested in allowing collectors to make and receive payments with crypto. And so, Coinbase's role will mostly relate to supporting the potential crypto payment for the Banksy auction. Sotheby's expects the Banksy piece to attract somewhere in the region of $3 to $5 million. Coinbase have also said they will manage price fluctuations in the event the auction's winner wants to use crypto. Sotheby's already has some experience in the crypto space. Last month, the New York auction house sold a collection of NFTs by cult digital artist Pac for $17 million. Although that's considerably less than the $69 million Beeple collage auctioned by rival Christie's. On Wednesday, we covered a nightmare start for Bram Cohen's new crypto Chia after its price plummeted by 50% almost immediately after its launch. Chia is the native cryptocurrency of Bram Cohen's Chia network. The BitTorrent creator pitches it as an eco-friendly alternative to Bitcoin. On Monday, it was listed on OKX at a price of $1,600 before spiking 50% to $2,400 just moments after its release. However, things quickly took a turn for the worse as its price nosedived to around $900. This all happened in the space of 15 minutes. The next 2 hours weren't any kinder, with the cryptocurrency falling another 40% down to $500. Cohen's new network achieves consensus with so-called proof of space and time. This novel approach would replace Bitcoin miners' ASICs with unused hard drive space in the crypto distribution and validation process. Chia farmers, as they're called, would instead show that they've reserved disk space at a specific time. The theory behind this is that it will hopefully make processing crypto transactions and distributing new coins more accessible. However, whether Chia achieves the same level of censorship resistance as Bitcoin remains to be seen. So far, it seems crypto investors need a bit more convincing. Exciting projects, particularly Ethereum, are usually blamed for GPU shortages, as high-powered gaming chipsets can be efficient at mining certain cryptocurrencies. But Chia wants to solve this particular problem by drawing crypto miners away from hoarding GPUs and tempt them to amass hard drives instead. However, it's unclear whether or not this plan is working, but storage supplies have suffered from many of the same issues as GPUs in the run-up to Chia's launch. In China alone, the prices of 12 terabyte drives have increased by 59% since February, with most hard drives containing 8 terabytes of space being sold out, according to reports. At the time of recording, Chia is trading at $705, which is down around 56% from its opening price. And lastly, Bitcoin miners flocking to New York might just pull a 180 after being spooked by a New York bill which proposes a 3-year ban on Bitcoin mining centers in the state. Enough time for a full environmental impacts review. The New York Senate Bill 6486 would ensure that the state's Department of Environmental Conservation undertakes this review to, quote, conserve, improve and protect its natural resources and environment. The bill would effectively force the state to investigate greenhouse gas emissions caused by crypto mining and assess its impacts on wildlife, water and air quality. It would also free up the power to restrict the biggest culprits found to, quote, adversely affect the state greenhouse gas emissions. It's certainly a dilemma for those on either side of this struggle. New York, on one hand, wants to achieve carbon targets set out in the 2019 Climate Act. These include reducing carbon emissions by 22 million tonnes and generating 100% zero-emission electricity by the year 2040. And on the other hand, New York is a growing crypto hub with support from the likes of mayoral candidate Andrew Yang. Places like Rochester and Messina in upstate New York benefit from cheaper energy bills and colder climates, meaning miners need to spend less on acquiring and running cooling hardware. Coinmint claimed to operate the largest crypto data center in the world right in Messina, and a power plant has just been approached to be converted into yet another crypto hub. It's booming. Tech billionaires tell a different story, however, with recent research from Wall Street's ARK Investing that Bitcoin mining could in fact be good for the planet. Shared by some of the biggest crypto enthusiasts, Jack Dorsey and Elon Musk, the research claims Bitcoin and renewable energy go hand in hand. They reckon it could be a perfect driving force for more sustainable energy, and that its energy consumption is no different from the process of extracting gold. Either way, it's going to be an interesting 3 years in New York State. And that's your lot. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode, but we realise there's only so much we can cover in under 10 minutes. So if you want more of the stories that matter, then check out Protos.com. And don't forget to subscribe to the Protos podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and any other major podcast provider for more weekly roundups. We're back next week. See you then.